covering that tight from behind, you've got to get the ball out in front of them.
Now it's 3rd and 7. What do you call here?
I'll tell you, I think they'll come to try to get the ball to tight end inside.
He was moving over the middle. They're going to drop it to him.
That's where they go.
1st and 10 for the Galaxy as Dick Vermeil nails a good play.
The reason I said that is they have a tendency to go to double zone and play real loose on those 3rd down situations, and the most efficient place to work is inside to that tight end.
And that's Chad Fortune playing with the broken thumb for Jack Elway, the former head coach at Stanford, San Jose State. His son, John Elway, the quarterback great with the Denver Broncos, is in here. He'll be up in our booth in the 2nd quarter. Now Perez off a fake to Baker, pulls out. In pursuit, the defense all over him, and he throws it out of bounds.
Boy, there was contact there. The receiver had him beat, slowed down, the defender ran into him, then he got going again. He overthrew him to the outside and out of bounds.
Sanders on Gordon here, and take a look at the end of this play, Dick.
You can see he had him covered. Here he's down the left-hand corner of your screen. He just ricocheted off him right there, and now the ball is still throwing. For some reason, Gordon got turned around too soon rather than just going ahead and run his route.
Tracy Sanders is off to a spectacular start here for Birmingham tonight.
Covering him like a sweat right now.
2nd down and 10 for Perez and the Galaxy. Gets his time, throws high, and it should have been intercepted by Miller.
Miller is one of those guys, he's always around the ball. He's with the Detroit Lions, played a little bit with the Lions. He's one of those guys that they consider maybe not quite fast enough for the National Football League, but when you watch him play, all he does is the right thing. Here's the pass. You'll see him flash to the right side of your screen, inside out right there. It's overthrown, but see, Miller is in position to make the play.
What do you call on this 3rd and 10?
Oh, you're putting it to me right now. If they're going to go that double zone again, I'll work to the slot man this time coming back inside, Brent. They have no tight end. Yeah, they had to call timeout. The substitution problem.
They couldn't get the substitute on the field fast enough, so Perez uses the Galaxy's 2nd timeout with 5 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
The battle for the playoffs heats up. Montreal brings its machine into Texas for a shootout with San Antonio. It's the World League next Sunday on ABC Sports.
Well, coming up later on ABC, we're going to head to the Brickyard as the world's top drivers battle it out in that all-out test for speed, still qualifying today. That'll be right after the football game. And then following that, well, 1991's undefeated Formula One driver, Ayrton Senna, goes for his 4th straight victory and his 3rd consecutive Grand Prix of Monaco title. All coming up on ABC. How about A.J. Foyt yesterday, Dick?
Hey, he showed you what those past 50-year-old guys can do, didn't he?
Middle of the 1st row for A.J. at the Brickyard. Here it's Mike Perez tosses one to Baker, who made the catch. They've ruled it incomplete, so the Galaxy will be forced to punt. Let's check in with Mark Jones. Mark?
Gentlemen, we've seen a few of the players slip already on the turf, and because of that, well, most of them are going to the studded look rather than the conventional AstroTurf cleat look. But more than anything else, the grass is a little long. Players tell me that because of that, it's complicating matters just a little bit. They also are used to practicing, the Frankfurt Galaxy are anyway, on turf. So it takes them a bit of a while to get used to the grass surface. Back upstairs.
All right, Mark, and here it's Tom Wellahan. He'll get used to it with his bare right foot as they come crashing into him. And James Henry, the return man, finds an alley down the far side. James Henry will bust it. Only Wellahan can get him, and he does. Woo! At the 11-yard line, Wellahan, who was smacked on the punt, tried to draw the penalty, stayed down on the ground. Someone is hurt down at the 35-yard line, and then Wellahan got back up and took Henry out of bounds.
To return a ball that well, first off, the punter has to cooperate. The punter punted the ball low. He was under pressure. It was low and got to the return man before the coverage could get there. He got outside. Now you'll notice he's punting the ball barefooted. He gets good pressure on. He sort of pulls his foot out of it there. See there? He gets it out of there. Now here comes the return. Now he gets outside the contain. See, there he gives him a shake and break. He gets outside the contain. That should never happen. There were people in position. They did not come to balance. Now James Henry just takes it on down the sideline. There was just speed all the way down there.
Now the man who came in and made contact with Wellahan is Willie Boyer, the wide receiver, and he's injured on the play. My question to you, Dick, is this roughing or running into the punter right here?
Well, he ran into his own man right there.
I think he ran into Willihan. I think
that is roughing.
That's a terrible non-call right here.
That's definitely roughing the kicker. See, his own man blocked him into the punter. Now watch. They both come in there. Now they go in there.
Oh, you've got to protect a punter. You can get a broken leg in that situation. That's why the penalty's in there.
Yeah. Hey, Willihan did a nice job of getting up from that situation and going ahead and make the saving touchdown tackle.
Because Willihan stays on the ground now after the See, there is Boyer.
There it is.
He's out right now. You can see number 80 fall away.
That's definitely a missed call.
But then Willihan, and he is a good athlete.
Yes, he is.
We talked about his soccer prowess. He was able to get back up and make a tremendous play on Henry. A 73-yard return. It'll be Birmingham's ball. 1st and 10 on the Galaxy 14 when we come back.
Elite field plus a tough course equals a great event. Join Jack Nicklaus for the Memorial Tournament sponsored by Dean Witter. Coverage begins Saturday on ABC Sports.
Well, Dick, here in Frankfurt, we've just had a great recovery by punter Tom Willihan.
And here's the return man, James Henry, right here. It looks like he's going to score, and here comes the punter after being roughed. You'll see him in the left-hand corner of your screen. He'll come up and make the touchdown-saving tackle. One shoe, and that's all. He gets him down. He did a good job of getting up off the turf.
Meanwhile, Willie Boyer remains down on the field. The ambulance coming out here. And the medical staff for Birmingham still out on the field. And the fire winds up with the ball at the Galaxy 14-yard line. You don't see a referee make a mistake too often on roughing the punter when you think about it.
It's so obvious. That is, I mean, that doesn't look like a tough call to make. You're back in position. That's your own call, and that's a big turnaround. You got the punt going around the other way, and you're punting to a guy like James Henry. You know, that's the kid that we remember earlier in the year we were talking about. He's the only kid in NCAA history that's returned to punt 3 games in a row for a touchdown. He almost did it today.
He was loose on that sideline. We'll show you what happened to Boyer again as he collided with one of his teammates in this sequence. Watch Boyer. He'll be number 80. He'll come flashing in here. There's the collision. And Boyer falls away after running into John Holland, number 21.
You'll see him coming from the right side of your screen. Johnny Holland from the left side. There's Boyer from the right side. See, and he went down like a shot.
Let's go downstairs to Mark Jones. Mark?
Gentlemen, after just a few moments ago speaking with some of the German medical staff through a translator, I was told that Willie Boyer has some type of rupture around the neck area. They are not moving him. They won't move him until they're absolutely sure. Right now they've got the ambulance right behind me. They're going to bring out a stretcher, some kind of bag, and transport him into the ambulance in just a few moments. Back upstairs.
Mark, we'll certainly hope for the best as the medical staff continues to come on to the field here in Frankfurt, Germany. Meanwhile, we'll take another commercial break, and we'll be right back. Back in Frankfurt with Mark Jones and Dick Vermeil, I'm Brent Musburger. We've had an unfortunate injury here on an attempt of a blocked punt as a wide receiver for Birmingham was on the punt team. Willie Boyer, number 80, has collided with teammate John Holland and for a time being appeared to be unconscious. The medical staff is out tending to him. The ambulance is on the field here in Germany on the far side.
These people are also well prepared and trained to handle serious type injuries. Hopefully this is not one.
Let's go back downstairs to Mark Jones. Mark?
Well, I've got J.R. Holland, the man that collided with Willie Boyer, who remains on the field. J.R., tell us exactly what happened on the play.
Our coach called the punt block, and that means myself and Willie Boyer come from the other side to try to get the block. I just laid out before he did, and right when he got ready to lay out, my momentum just carried right into him, and I just collided right into him.
Did you feel anything or hear anything at the time that would lead you to believe that it was serious?
No, not that it was serious. I knew it was a good hit because I was coming full speed, and he was coming, and I felt his face mask hit me on the side. So I knew it had to be his neck. And when I fell on the ground, saw him laying there, I figured he was hurt pretty bad.
Did you hear anything? Did you speak with him? Did you hear anything at all?
No, when you grabbed me, I was just about to run out there. So I hope he's all right.
Okay, back upstairs to Brenton Dick.
Mark, thank you. We get word from Verl Sorgen, who is the referee, that there was some movement in the hands down on the field, which is the first positive indication that we've had. Obviously, we will attempt to monitor this story here in Frankfurt and pass on the information. I know that the relatives are just so very, very concerned for the young man. He played his college football at Michigan State, and it appeared to be a serious injury, and it has been handled that way here on the field. But immediately there was a medical staff out there tending to him, and whenever there's an injury that appears to be around the neck area in any kind of football, you will see that the helmet remains on. It is never taken off a young man like that. And so all of us send along, obviously, in this situation, nothing but the best wishes for the young man on the Birmingham Fire. Meanwhile, the Fire, after that spectacular return by Henry, with a 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line, Kenny Bell and Stephen Avery are the two running backs in that backfield, and that was Bell, number 41, with the carry, and Chris Williams, 96, makes the stop. One stat, Dick, to point out here: Birmingham has scored only 9 points in the first quarter this year.
And only 11 in the fourth quarter. They just haven't scored much at all. You know, if I have noticed one thing in the World League, the worst thing the offensive teams do is attack offensively inside the 20-yard lines. For some reason, they're not as efficient as they should be. Maybe they're not spending enough time in the practice field inside that 20-yard line.
Andreas Matskis, one of the Operation Discovery players, is now the wide receiver, and the ball is dropped by Kenny Bell.
He had what he wanted. He had a crossing action in the backfield. Crossing action in the backfield. Kenny Bell coming out. He has a little play action. You'll see Bell to the right side of your screen. He's out there all alone. Defensive lineman peeling off to try to get in pass coverage, believe it or not. Kevin Hendricks, number 78. There are certain coverages when you run blitz coverages where a defensive lineman will have to peel off. Perhaps that was one.
3rd down and 10 for the Birmingham Fire. No score in the first quarter in Frankfurt. Germany blitzing, inside handoff, and they were all over it. Fumble, Galaxy ball.
He can run it.
He hasn't been touched yet. It's Williams, 96, and he's finally brought down. Yepi Pau, number 57, stormed inside and forced the fumble.
You know, I'm sitting up here in the press box, Brent. I can't understand why you'd run a play like that. This is the most blitzing team in the World League. Now you're running a delayed handoff inside the 20 where you're more apt to get a blitz than any place else on the field. Penetration kills any kind of play like that. Ooh. That's why I'm sitting up here.
And the Galaxy, Dick, will get the ball at the 37-yard line, coming out with a 1st and 10. It'll be Mike Perez. So the Henry punt return is wasted for the Fire. This is Baker searching for his daylight, and Otis Moore, 71, bringing him down. Let's go back downstairs to Mark Jones for an update on that injury situation. Mark?
Guys, I'm with Mike Roberts, the Birmingham Fire athletic trainer, as they take Willie Boyer off right now. Mike, what's the situation with Willie?
Well, he had an axial load injury trying to block that punt, and it caused some compression to his neck. You worry about a fracture of that nature, but everything looks pretty good on him. You have to rule it out. He still has good motion in his hands and good feeling and everything, so we're pretty optimistic right now.
Where have they taken him?
They're carrying over to the trauma hospital here in Frankfurt to rule out with some X-rays just to let us know. So
you hate to speculate, but what does it look like?
Well, right now, like I say, I'm optimistic because he's got good sensation, good activities, and he's in good spirits. So we just got to rule it out and make sure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back upstairs.
Mark, that is good news early. Thank you very much for that. We've had a penalty against the Galaxy, a holding call, and the ball is being brought back to their 29-yard line. So it will be 1st and 18 for the Galaxy against the Birmingham Fire here in Germany. And Perez, with a man in pursuit, hits his tight end fortune again. He's getting rich on his tight end.
You'll see the tight end to the left side of your screen. He delayed again. They went zone coverage. McGowan 53, Jackson 51 collapsing on him, but they had dropped out on that 1st and long situation. Good call offensively by Jack Elway.
Now a 2nd and short for the Galaxy. Steve Bartello is the fullback in front of Baker. It's put on the ground. An exchange fumble on the snap. Recovered by the Galaxy, so it will be 3rd down and about a yard.
They lost the ball game on goal to goal and inches on a quarterback sneak. Quarterbacks fumble the ball, and they fumbled the ball the other day on the practice field a couple times. Quarterback center exchange problem.
Well, they survived that big fumble down in Orlando, and they were able to come back in the closing minutes and get the win. And that was Perez, who actually fumbled trying to extend it on into the end zone against Orlando. The toss to Baker. Running for the corners. Got it. 1st down, Frankfurt.
Did a good job. He got a good block from his tight end over on the left side. That to run outside linebackers in short yardage, you have to get a good block from your tight end. Obviously, he got the good block he needed. Here you'll see to the left side of your screen. Watch the tight end on the left side of your screen. He's going to lunge out there. There he goes. Todd Young, number 8. He got a good block. He got a cut down block by the running back on penetration, 1st down.
Here comes Baker trying to stretch it out to the other side, and Hike will not let him do it. Number 56 cut him off and brought him down.
Had good movement inside out. He was right where he belonged, moving inside out as a linebacker should. Good discipline, good technique all the way.
Tony Baker's an interesting story. He went to East Carolina, where he was a teammate of Ernest Biner of the Washington Redskins. I said to him before the game, "Hey, Tony, which one was the blocker and which one was the ball carrier?" He said, "I was the carrier. Ernest was the blocker."
Yeah.
2nd down and long for Perez. Baker flashes out of the backfield as a receiver, and he throws to Fortune again. It gets him back to the original line of scrimmage, and Tracy Sanders, number 27, again, all over the receiver.
The one thing you know for sure, when they put that one running back in motion, there's nobody left in the backfield to carry it unless the quarterback does. And he's already run one quarterback draw. What they do that for is to spread the defense and try to hit the zones with those receivers going downfield.
Into the 1st quarter. Frankfurt nothing, Birmingham nothing. And we'll return with ABC's coverage after this message and a word from our ABC station.
The World League of American Football. Brought to you by Castro. Engineered for today's smaller cars.
Well, here in Frankfurt, the Galaxy with a 3rd and 9 against Birmingham, wearing the dark jerseys. No score as we start the 2nd quarter.
Interception.
Picked off in center field as Steve Gage, the nickel man, gets the intercept, Dick.
He just threw that one up. You don't, as John Elway sitting next to you there will tell you, you don't throw that up against the deep zone that high and soft. You'll see it right over there. Here he comes right down. See, he just laid that ball up high into the outside in the too deep zone. He's just sitting back there watching it, trying to go to the corner pattern.
So there is Gage giving Birmingham a fresh set of downs. Birmingham just failed in a scoring opportunity when they had a 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line. Now they'll come out for their own 37. This is Harris, and Harris muscles his way to the 45. Dick mentioned our star who has joined us here in the booth. Folks, say hello to the son of the coach, John Elway. John, I know you don't often get to see your dad. He was really looking forward to it. Had to be a great reunion for you.
It really was. It's been a while since I've had a chance to see him. He's been involved with the league since January and been really working hard, and so I haven't had a chance to see him, so it was great for me to come over here for a week and get to spend some good time with him.
What's your feeling about the Frankfurt Galaxy now on defense?
Well, I think they're a good football team. They've won the close games. They've won the games that they've needed to win. And, you know, they're 5-2, and they're in that tough division. And this is another must-win for them so they can stay in the hunt with Barcelona as well as London.
John, I know another thing that's fun for you in Europe. When you go out for dinner, they're not mobbing you for autographs like they are.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. I just coming over here, and matter of fact, I was out at some of the tailgates before the game, and they were having a great time out there, and I could walk through, and nobody even said anything. So I tell you what, that's really been something that I've enjoyed.
Dick, how about the Frankfurt defense now facing this 3rd down?
Well, I'll tell you, they're so aggressive here. If they just try to beat one-on-one coverage right here with a short pass, they might convert this 3rd down situation.
Peace tosses it to Bell, the running back, and he's got it into Frankfurt territory to the 49-yard line.
See, they just don't give you a lot of time to sit there and let things develop downfield. They've got to throw the ball short on those third and medium situations.
John, a question about the quarterbacks. I know that Elkins from Kansas City is out playing from Sacramento. Do you think more of the young backup quarterbacks from the NFL could spend some quality time in the World League? What's your feeling about that?
I think it's really going to help. I think that especially with some of the third team guys that are young guys, and we've got the guys that are going to get some valuable playing time in the offseason to where it can help them make some football teams, maybe an NFL roster in the fall.
Here is Harris on a delay, and Dick, the Galaxy defense was ready for that call.
I'll tell you, they stunt so much inside with that. It's the 46 Buddy Ryan defense, and they play it all the time and then change up from it, and they stunt so much. If they catch you in the right stunt, you just don't move the ball.
You got no chance of running football against them, especially if they're hitting every gap. You got no chance.
No score, Birmingham and Frankfurt. The Galaxy with a fine record of 5-2, but they are in the premier division in the World League. Here's your dad. He's got to win it out.
Personal foul. Number 75, offense. Personal foul. Number 78, defense. Both players are suspended for 2 plays.
Do you like that rule, John?
I don't know. I think that you get out there and the emotion starts running high, and those always happen, in football games. So I guess for 2 plays isn't bad.
Aren't you tired of seeing the one call nullify the other one, though?
Nullified, yes, I am. I'd like to be able to see who throws the first punch.
No one ever catches anybody doing that.
It's the second one that gets caught.
Kenny Bell is the running back behind Brent Peace. This is a second down.
Here they come.
Peace under pressure.
They have the shovel pass.
And incomplete.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you, delayed things against that defense. Any kind of delayed offense, they're about 3 yards deep in the backfield on the second step, and it's tough to execute those kind of plays. Of course, if you do get it executed and you get up inside, you've got a big one.
You do it very well.
You got to move around on that, and if you can get the ball past the line of scrimmage, that's when you're in good shape.
Well, they go to one of your familiar formations here, out of the shotgun. 3rd and 11. Peace under pressure again, steps away from it this time. Goes down the sideline as receiver slipped. Might have thrown behind him anyway.
And the pass rusher in that situation did what defensive coaches tell them never to do. Don't jump when you're rushing the passer. John, you know that. If a guy jumps, you slide under him or around him every time. See, he can't change direction in midair.
That's right. As a quarterback, you love to see him jump.
So Birmingham will punt it back to the Galaxy. Kirk Maggio punting for the 3rd time.
Good punt.
Jason Johnson from the 9 out to the 15-yard line. Junior Jackson getting down there for the special team. So we'll come back with Dick Vermeil and John Elway. We'll be back. Saturday on ABC, the world's top PGA players will tee off as Jack Nicklaus hosts one of golf's premier events, the Memorial Tournament, sponsored by Dean Witter. Coverage begins at 2 Eastern, 1 Central, and 3 Pacific here on ABC. Perez handing the ball off on the first play, a fumble, and Birmingham says they have recovered. They have indeed. So Birmingham recovers the fumble. Arthur Hunter, 24, makes the recovery. Pelham McDaniels, along with Paul McGowan, stripping the ball free from the ball carrier.
As you take a look at this from the end zone, Paul McGowan, number 53, the standing linebacker, fired up and see him step up inside the trap block, got underneath that, what we call a club block by the tackle, got up there, knocked him down, the ball comes out, turnover. And this is the worst thing that the Galaxy does. They're last in the league in fumbling football.
Second great scoring opportunity for Birmingham in this game. Elroy Harris and Steve Avery, the 2 running backs behind Peace. This is the toss to Harris behind the right side.
Good defense.
Yepi Pau, number 57, was there again. John, what do you like to do down here when you're going in against a tough defense like Powell and the Galaxy?
Well, I tell you what, I think down here I like to play action passes and get the fullbacks out in the flats, because they're going to be coming. If Frankfurt stays with what they've been doing, they're going to bring the heat again, and you better bootleg out of there and dump it off in the flat, and hopefully someone misses.
You can call the plays for me anytime you want to, John. You're right on it.
Second down. Peace uses Harris on a bit of a delay, and he gets to the 13-yard line before Tim Brody, number 46, brings him down. Brody is an interesting story defensively.
He's maybe the best athlete on defense. He plays outside linebacker, inside linebacker, and safety. And he's tried it in the National Football League, and he hasn't made it, John. And one reason, he's one of those between guys. Size-wise, he's a little too big for a safety and not quite big enough for a linebacker, but a real fine football player.
It plays the exact same position Dave Dorson used to play with the Bears.
That's right.
And that 46, that weak side linebacker position.
Birmingham must get to the inside the 6 for a first down. And Peace goes down. They storm all over him. There is a penalty flag.
That's why they lead the league in sacks with 33. They're plus 19 in sacks, and that computes to be worth a lot of points by the end of the season.
There is no penalty. Pass hit a defensive player first. Fourth down.
You'll see the pressure coming up inside. They just don't pick them up. They have safeties, linebackers, and the catch and sink. They all get there.
Well, there's another series wasted by Birmingham inside the 20-yard line. Not completely wasted if when Lyle can get them on the board here. It's scoreless. Birmingham and Frankfurt, and the Galaxy again showing you some tough defense.
Lyle is 2 from 3 at 30 yards. 1 for 1 at 29.
And the flag comes down. John, how about a fake here in a scoreless game?
Well, I don't know. I think that with the field position that they have, they'd like to get a lead and put it in their defensive hands, because the Galaxy have not been moving the ball that well. So I think that they got to put some points on the board, and then maybe down the line, if they get an opportunity, that'd be a good time. But I think they've got to take the 3 points here.
Now it's 4th and 2. You should never go offsides defensively, because every time you give them a 5-yard penalty in that situation, you increase the percentage of making it about 10%. And at that range, it's even better than that.
Maggio, the punter, is the holder for Lyle. He'll put it down around the 16.
It's too low.
The Galaxy holds again. Mike Teeter, number 76, the nose man, leads the defensive assault against Lyle and the Fire. So twice Birmingham gets inside the 15 and comes up empty.
Take another look at that protection rushing from the right side of your screen. It looked like a very low kick. Good placement. It is a low kick. It's a low kick. The defensive linemen did what they were supposed to do. Get some penetration. When they feel their penetration stop, get both hands up and go to the sky. And that's what they did. Taking another look, you'll see they're really low. They're going to come low, charge low. Now watch him jump. Now watch him. Here goes the hands. There it goes. See, those 6'5" guys get those hands up, they can block them.
Baker got the call on first down. John, coming out from the shadow of your own goalpost now, what do you try to do?
Oh, it's tough. I tell you, as a quarterback, the last thing you want to do is drop back in your end zone. So I think that they'd like to be able to get some running game going and punch it out there, and so they can get some breathing room, because you hate to drop back in your own end zone.
How come your dad likes the one-back offense so much?
Well, it's funny. It came from when my high school coach used it, and then he put it in his offense and started using it. He likes to throw the football, and he likes to get as many receivers out as he can. And when he moves those guys out of the backfield, he gets 5 and 6 guys out.
2nd and 9 for the Galaxy. Mike Perez, the trigger man, drops it over the middle, and that's the play that beat Orlando. And John Brantley, number 54, was waiting for Baker to come out of the backfield. Brantley's a good one out of the University of Georgia.
He sure is. That was a good play. That's a play set up for zone, and Brantley was in zone, but he saw the back coming out and hung there and made a good stick.
He's as good a linebacker as I think we've seen all year in the inside spot as Brantley. He really plays well.
Got a great heart for football, a little bit undersized for the NFL. I know that Vince Dooley loved him down in Athens. Now Perez comes up with the 3rd down. They'll put it up. Gets plenty of time and got it low. Got the pass low, and Maurice Oliver, number 59, There's a young man who's apt to get a look-see. You want to go back and tell the Broncos there's a player in the world he'd take a look at. Tell them about Oliver, 59.
Good pass rusher from what I understand.
Yeah, he's doing. He got 7 sacks coming into the ball game. That's second best to Lockett from the. Was it London, right? Lockett's playing for London.
How can you forget the unbeaten London Monarchs? First team to qualify for the playoffs. Lockett said he'd like to take on the Broncos.
Good football team, I'll tell you that. They're playing well and well coached by Larry Kennan, who was a Bronco coach a couple years ago.
Almost. Wellahan gets it off under pressure again. James Henry, who's had a 70-yard return, won't even get close to this one as it bounces out of bounds. But Birmingham will have good field position. Go with John Elway and Dick Vermeil. We'll be coming back to Frankfurt, Germany in a moment.
Strike the Goal tries to strike it rich in his next test, the Preakness Stakes, live Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
John Elway thinks he's back at Mile High Stadium with the fans rocking here in the Waldstadion in Frankfurt, Germany. Boy, they have taken to football here, haven't they, John?
They sure have. I tell you, I was out, like I said, it was like a big party outside the stadium before the game, and it's a young crowd, and they're excited about football, and they're getting a good football game played in front of them tonight.
Scoreless game. The Galaxy defense surviving so far. Birmingham can't close. This time it'll be Harris up the middle. How about that long grass down there before the game? I thought it was rough for the U.S. Open when I walked across.
Sure was. It's long, and since I've been here, I haven't seen much of the sun, and so it's damp, and so you see the players losing their footing quite a bit.
You see anything different that Birmingham can do, Dick?
No, I'll tell you this. See, they're going to 2 tight ends to try to balance up that defense, but that sure crowds in 8 people. If you're going to get them crowded in, you might as well go one-on-one to your outside receivers in those rundowns.
Boy, statistics can lie. Birmingham has had both golden scoring chances, failed both times. This is Harris again. And let's check in. There's a fumble. And Birmingham recovers it. Now let's go to Mark Jones. Mark?
Okay, you know, Steve Gage already in the forefront today. He has 1 interception, but also it's been a busy month, May. You helped in the aid of a rapist and the arrest of a rapist last week.
Yes, this is back in Hoover, Birmingham. My wife saw somebody walk by our window, and as it came out to be, I walked outside. He started running. He was peeping in the neighbor's window. He started running away, and I ran after him, chasing down, and just by luck there, it found out to be that he was the guy they'd been looking for some period of 2 or 3 years.
Did the guy have good foot speed?
Not really. I was able to get him pretty quick. So,
Steve Gage, keeping the world safe for everybody.
Thank you.
Very good story, Mark. And Stacy Mobley was the receiver on that play. Let me follow it up by saying that his wife, Lisa Gage, is in the stadium here today. She has traveled with the team to Spain and then up here, along with Shauna Thorson, who is Chad's wife. And Shauna asked me to pass along to her relatives back home that during this trip, she found out that she is pregnant. So a very happy Mother's Day to Shauna Thorson and to all the mothers of the players. So many of them have come up to us and asked pass along our best wishes on this day. I know they're watching back at the United States. And Dick, what about Birmingham coming in again here?
I tell you, they started that last series by throwing the ball to the wide receiver out there and against that one-on-one. I think they ought to stay with that a little bit. The other thing that's hurting, that always hurts this 46 defense, is the counter gap play. As long as they can prevent penetration as they get over to the onside.
And John, how about your dad's team defensively?
I'll tell you what, they're impressive. They're playing well, and hopefully they can stop them here. But I think Dick hit it on the nose. If they can take those 5-step drops and get rid of the football.
Look at that time. They were all over.
Just great penetration. When you bring that many people, you got guys just hitting gaps, they're going to find holes like
Kevin
that.
Hendricks, huh?
See, and that time that they pulled the lineman in front of Kevin Hendricks, the guard, and no one picked him up on the backside to stop that penetration. And that's what Claude Gilbert does so well with the defense. He's the defensive coordinator for your dad, Jack, and he has those guys penetrating. You see, he should be picked up. There he goes.
John, what would you call here?
Well,
it's third
I'd
and
get
14.
back in the shotgun, and I'd hope that they'd blitz me, and hopefully can get it out into one of the slots and dump it off and go one-on-one. But it looks like they're going to play a little bit of zone.
A timeout has been called by Peace and Birmingham. They'll use one of their 3 timeouts. There's another one of your.
The battle for the playoffs heats up. Montreal brings its machine into Texas for a shootout with San Antonio. It's the World League next Sunday on ABC Sports.
When Dick Vermeil was a vibrant quarterback at San Jose State, there was his fulcrum.
Hey, Claude Gilbert, he was tough, I tell you that. He broke his leg a couple times, but he always came back to play the next year.
Defensive coordinator doing a fine job for Jack Elway here in Frankfurt. What will he do defensively?
Well, I don't know. I tell you what, I would
bet
think that he would come after him, but it looks like he's going to. He looks like he's going to just play some zone right here.
You never can bet he won't come after him, I'll tell you that.
They need 13 yards here. And another conservative call by Birmingham. You know, you get a call like that if you were setting up for a game-winning field goal.
That's true. I don't know what happened there, but it looked like he was just trying to get the field goal and didn't want to turn the football over and get trapped and lose field goal and get out of field goal range.
But you still have a 42-yarder to make.
That's true.
And they're 0 for 1 from this distance so far this year.
Chan Gailey, 6 years an assistant coach with the Denver Broncos. He's had one blocked when he got it low. That was from 26 yards. This one will be more like 42 yards. Gets this one up.
No.
Good.
Good. That's good.
43-yard field goal by Win Lyle. And the pride of Auburn puts Birmingham up by 3 points. So maybe the Fire knew what they were doing that time, positioning for the field goal. In reading Gailey's lips, he said, "What happened?"
I know. See, you call those kind of plays in those third down situations because by game plan, you've seen them play specific defenses within these down and distance. So you go with it, and all of a sudden the coordinator comes up with a different defensive call.
Well, here's the one, the big one in the Meadowlands, folks. 41,219. It was a defensive battle. London pulled away in the closing minutes of that game, a 22-7 win, which leaves the Monarchs unbeaten. Meanwhile, in Spain, Barcelona avenged its only defeat of the season. That one was in Texas, but in Spain, a different story. How about San Antonio? Had to play Monday night at home, travel to Europe for a Saturday game, and Barcelona still one game behind London. Frankfurt needs a win here, and then next week they'll go to Barcelona. Hey, John, how would you like some of the road trips in this league?
Oh, I tell you what, I had a tough enough time just coming over here on vacation to see my dad, let alone play a football game.
Can you imagine that, though? Would the NFL guys squawk and cry about that one? I could hear them now.
Oh, I tell you what.
Now, in this league, they use a helmet receiver with the quarterbacks so that the coaching staff can communicate directly with the quarterbacks on the field. John, how would you like to see them go to that in the NFL?
I'd like to see that as long as there would be no picking it up by the other team. But I think that'd be great to be in contact or have the head coach be able to be in contact with the quarterback and kind of let him know what he's thinking.
Now, Al Davis would never monitor the other. Perez with a quick pop over here to Baker. He got all he could out of that. Let's go downstairs to Mark Jones. Mark?
Gentlemen, this stadium is by far the most noisy of all the stadiums we've been to so far in our World League Tour. In fact, Hunter Kirk Maggio told me that because of the noise, he's having problems hearing the up-back call out which side the pressure defensively is coming from, and it could end up in a blocked punt sometime during the course of the game. Upstairs.
All right, John, we'll keep an eye on what Mark just told us. John, what about Mike Perez as we watch him here as a quarterback on 2nd and 8? He pulls out, shows the long arm, he's got a man! And out of bounds, Johnson.
I tell you what, I think Mike's got a great chance to come and hook up with someone in the NFL. He's a guy that was a 6th-round draft pick by the Giants, and you know, it's tough to get just one training camp under your belt and show the coaches really what you can do. And so I think that this is going to be very advantageous for him right here. And you see him put it right on the button right here. But guy, you got to stay in bounds.
You know, the thing is too, and John, you know, they caught the corner. Tracy Sanders was looking back in at the quarterback and not concentrating on his coverage.
It looked like he was ready for the quick pass, and they just dropped it over his head.
39-yard gain on 1st and 10, almost picked off. Good breakup by Arthur Hunter, number 24. This is a good secondary for Birmingham, Dick.
Art Hunter does a good job. He has 3 pass interceptions coming in. You see him in the left-hand corner of your screen. He's playing zone. He's going to work inside out, going to the flat. Here he is driving to it. Does a nice job. Played at Central State, Ohio for Billy Joe, who's done a real good job there over the years.
Well, the 2-minute warning. It's a 3-0 lead by Birmingham over Frankfurt. We'll be right back. If Birmingham gets the ball back in this half, you'll see a new quarterback out of Vanderbilt. It'll be Eric Jones. And what kind of a look does he give them, Dick?
Well, he's their mobile guy. They run the option with him. They scramble. They run the dash where they drop him straight back and then sprint him out. And he did a pretty good job for a while last week, but he kept throwing the interception after he moved him down.
Meanwhile, 2nd and 10 for Frankfurt, trailing by a field goal, incomplete, through behind the wide receiver, Alvin Lee, number 89 out of LSU. John, I'll put you on the spot again. We got a 3rd and 10, ball at the 29. You got to know your father. What's he like?
That's a tough situation, and watching from what Birmingham does, I'm betting that they'll play a little bit of zone, and they'll put them in, put 4 or 5 receivers out as much as they can.
Trips left 29. John, what's that?
It sounds like it's a quick pitch this way to Tony Baker.
He's going to toss
down
it
here to the bottom side, and they're playing zone, and here it comes.
They got some blocks.
They sure do. Get up.
Paul McGowan coming over defensively. You like number 53, don't you?
I do. You know, these guys that are not supposed to be big enough and fast enough to play, John, but all they do is make plays that you see other people make that get paid a lot more money.
That is true, and I tell you what, that's one thing about this league is they play hard and they love to play the game.
Yeah, they do.
Your father opting for a field goal attempt here. Wellahan on the field. This will be a 40-yard attempt for the Galaxy, and if good, it would leave us tied here with 1:23 to go in the first half.
He's made 2 out of 3 from this distance.
He gets it up. No good. So he missed a 40-yard field goal attempt. Birmingham's 3-0 lead holds, and now we will see the option quarterback. John, what's your feeling about the option in the World League?
Well, I think that if you get a quarterback, the only thing is you play 10 games and you only have 2 quarterbacks, and you're going to take, as a quarterback, you take a heck of a beating in that option. So, but I believe the option is good against the Bear defense that the Galaxy are playing. So, you know, it might be something that is really going to help them here, maybe break some containment.
The other thing they do with Tim is they run the quarterback draw. They get him spread out, get him back, and that's a lot tougher draw to defend than the regular draw.
Andreas Motzkus, Stacy Mobley, the 2 wideouts. Harris, strong run to the 30-yard line, one of the few times that we've seen him get through the wave of Galaxy defenders like that.
They just don't give up many yards. The yards you get against the Galaxy defense, you really earn them.
Bell replacing Harris. Harris holds the distinction of being the leading rusher on 2 teams. When he was turned loose by Montreal, he was the leading machine rusher. And going into Monday night's game against Raleigh-Durham, he still is the machine's leading rusher. And now Jones straight back, drops it over the middle to Bell, and that should be a Birmingham first down.
It's an old Denver Bronco.
That timeout by Birmingham leaves them with 1. And we'll remind you that coming up in halftime, in case you did not see any of the New York, New Jersey highlights against London, we'll have them for you. You'll also see Barcelona with another win in Spain. Take a look at the attendance from these games yesterday. 41,219 in the Meadowlands, 26,670 in Montjuic. Down in Orlando, good crowd. They'd had a 5-game losing streak, and 20,000 showed up in the Citrus Bowl. John, the league has been sluggish to catch on back in the United States. It's been a big hit over here in Europe. What's your feeling about spring football in the United States? Will it eventually make it? What are your thoughts?
I really think so, and I think the key thing is because the NFL is behind them. And so I think that they would like to see this league work, and plus it gives an opportunity for another 400, 500 football players to play football and get that opportunity to play in the National Football League.
You know, John, there's a lot of folks that say that Denver should have one of the teams in the World League. What do you think about that?
I tell you what, the way they support us, it wouldn't surprise me to see that they would support a World League team.
You got enough cash? You want to go in there? Jones throwing intercepted. Picked off, and Lonnie Finch, the former star from Oklahoma who shut his man out last week, comes up with his first interception of the season. Frankfurt gets it back with 28 seconds.
See, Gallic goes zone, though. Galaxy goes to zone defense. They're just dropping off, playing loose in that situation, playing in prevent. And you'll see he's trying to throw it over the top of the head of the underneath coverage, and he can't get it over the top of Lonnie Finch.
Now, 28 seconds for the Galaxy. They're down to their last timeout. Is that correct? 1 timeout for Frankfurt. They trail it by a field goal. Coming from behind is nothing new for this franchise. They've been doing it all year. There's one to the 25-yard line.
That's the Dresseldorf, Germany Panthers wide receiver, Andreas Matzkes.
No, that's Morton, isn't it?
Hey, I didn't move it over. Yes, you're right.
I was thinking, did Matzkes get traded here in the last 5 minutes?
86 and 86.
Who got an Operation Discovery player to be named later? As Perez pulling back, and he hits it underneath now to Baker, and out of bounds, stopping the clock at 11 seconds. Well, this is what they do so very well, is work against the clock. John, this is a team of survivors. I don't know if your father's talked about that.
They sure have. I've seen a couple of their games, and they've come from behind in all their football games. And it seems like when they have to get it done is when they play their best football. And that's a great move by Baker to get out of bounds there.
Hepelingen Stepkes. They're the nervous bad boys here in Germany. And they'll bring it up here to the 15-yard line. And they quickly get Wellahan onto the field in what figures to be an attempt for the tying field goal.
It's a 32-yarder.
Alex Espinoza, the backup quarterback, will put the ball down. And he'll place it at the 22. And folks, you think this is the final minute of the Super Bowl. It's only the first half.
Nice snap.
But he got it off, and this one's good. A 32-yard field goal. 7 seconds left in the first half. The scene in Frankfurt, Germany. Cheering the Galaxy, and something you do not see at a major soccer match. A lot of women in attendance at all these football games at the venues in London, Barcelona, and that's true here in Frankfurt. John and Dick, how about the decision by Jack to kick the field goal right away and not take one shot at the end zone?
I think it's the only decision. 11 seconds to go. Then if anything happens, he's still got it down and time left to go ahead and kick.
That's right.
Maybe a bad snap or something.
That's right. You fall on it as a placeholder and you got another shot at it. So I think it was a good move.
I'd be shocked if you second-guessed your father.
Very important to get those 3 points on the board, especially right before half. That's got to help going in.
Yeah, exactly. Defense for Frankfurt did a fine job, as usual, here in the first half. This game figured to be a close one going into the fourth quarter when you looked at the makeup and personalities of both these teams.
Yeah, neither team scores a lot of points. You know, both teams play defense well, but one team plays a zone defense, not attacking, and the Galaxy plays the attacking defense. But the end result, neither team gives up many points.
That's right. You got both ends of the spectrum, like you said. Zone on one side and a blitzer on the other side.
Let's go downstairs to Mark Jones.
Coach, you had some good field position throughout the first half, but deep down inside their territory, you really didn't get any points on the board. Conservative play calling or not?
Yeah, well, I want to try to get points on the board. Our defense is playing so good, Mark. I want to try to get points on the board. We handed the ball off and fumbled it, and we just are not, we got a field goal block. We just got to quit, making those mistakes. We should be ahead 9-0 right now is what it should be, but it's not. So we got to come out second half and do it.
One of your players right now is in the hospital being examined, Willie Boyer. What are your thoughts on him?
Well, my prayers are with him. He's such a class, quality guy, and I'm just pray to God that he's okay.
Thanks a lot for joining us. Back upstairs to Brent and Dick.
As do we all here at the Wallstaden in Frankfurt, Germany. Birmingham and Frankfurt are tied at a field goal apiece. And we'll return after this message from the World League and a word from our ABC stations.
The World League of American Football is orchestrated by the beat of an international rhythm.
Shoot-Offense wird sehr viel gesprochen im Augenblick in der World League.
We don't return it for a touchdown. We put the offensive on, you huddle up, and we're going ninja to the wide field. Ninja to the wide field. All right. Ninja to the wide field.
Here's Bell with his Statue of Liberty handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell fumbles. Now Mitchell's going to throw a pass. He's got a man wide open. He's got it. 10-5 touchdown.
The World League of American Football. It's out of this world.
Germany, we're at halftime in a game between the Frankfurt Galaxy and the Birmingham Fire. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger. You know, 4 World League teams will qualify for the playoffs. Only 2 weeks to go in the regular season. And last night, the London Monarchs became the first team in league history to wrap up a playoff spot. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Barcelona was out to avenge it. Down on Thunder Road, Orlando hosted Sacramento in their home finale.
Just a little bit dislocated. It's all right. It'll pop back in. I'll be ready for the second half.
But he wasn't ready for Eric Mitchell, who rushed for 108 yards and 3 touchdowns, including this one for 43 yards as Orlando snapped its 5-game losing streak.
First, Jack Nicklaus hosts the Memorial Tournament, sponsored by Dean Witter. Then, on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Kentucky Derby winner Strike the Gold goes for the second jewel in the Chrysler Triple Crown Challenge, the Preakness Stakes. It's all live Saturday on ABC Sports.
This is Paul Page at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, where time trials are continuing today, and 8 more cars have made it into the field for the 75th running of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. That brings to 20 now the total number of cars in the field. Among those, last year's champion Ari Lyondike and last year's pole sitter Emerson Fittipaldi. In the practice before the start of the day, Dominic Dobson caught the turn 4 wall. He was taken to the hospital and diagnosed as having a fracture of his left femur. His availability to race on the 26th is questionable. Now let's send you back to Brent Musburger. Brent?
Ball Stadium, Frankfurt, Germany. We're back in 1966. Muhammad Ali defeated Carl Mildenberger in a heavyweight fight. And here Birmingham and Frankfurt are slugging it out. Dick, they are tied at 3 at the half. How about the numbers from the first half here in Frankfurt?
Well, you know, when Mark Jones interviewed Coach Gailey going off the field, he said they should be ahead 9-0. As you look at the stats, you don't read it, and they should be ahead. Actually, it appears by statistically, the Galaxy ought to be up there. But 2 turnovers in bad position for both teams have prevented the touchdowns. Defensive football game all the way.
Here at halftime, a hound has been pleasing the throngs here. Some of the best catching antics you'll ever see. We'll be right back with the second half.
The World League of American Football. Brought to you by Delta Airlines. We love to fly, and it shows. By Kentucky Fried Chicken. Nobody's cooking like today's KFC. And by A1 Steak Sauce. A1, it's how steak is done.
Here in Frankfurt, there was one frightening moment of the first half. Watch from the left side of your screen. Willie Boyer, number 80, attempting to block a punt, is going to have a head-on collision with his teammate, number 21, John Holland. Boyer was carried from the field in a stretcher, a neck injury. The early report, let's get an update, and here's Mark Jones.
Yeah, I'm with Larry Lemack, the Birmingham Fire team doctor. Larry, I understand you have some good news for us.
Yes, Mark. Willie's neck is okay. The x-rays were normal. He's a little sore, but everything's okay. We were a little concerned because he was tender right over the spine and he had a little numbness in his shoulder, but everything's okay.
Will he have a tough time coming back from this sort of thing?
No, I don't believe he'll miss any games at all.
Good news. Back upstairs.
Indeed it is good news, Mark. And I know the young man is headed back to the stadium here in Frankfurt. So as soon as he arrives, I'm sure you'll have an interview with him. Meanwhile, Stephen Maslow, a hero because he's a hometown product, will kick off for Frankfurt. We're tied at 3. Kenny Bell from the 5 will return for Birmingham.
He had a lane. Oh!
Out to the 33-yard line. So with Dick Vermeil and Mark Jones, I'm Brent Musburger. This is World League action. After this Sunday, only 2 weeks left. There will be 4 teams qualifying for the playoffs, and only 3 spots are left.
as London became the first team to wrap up a playoff spot. And Brent Peace, number 10, returns to start the second half. This is unlike what occurred last week in Barcelona when Eric Jones moved the team and then stayed on to finish the game. Elroy Harris is the running back. Birmingham, again, encountering a lot of difficulty moving the ball. This time, under pressure, he throws to his tight end, Mark Hopkins, and Hopkins gets Birmingham a first down, and its opening play, and a gain of 20 yards.
You'll see again, it's a tight end delay play with action away. He throws it out to the left side of your screen. Now Mark Hopkins has it put away, and he's been being brought into the offense more in the last couple weeks. And in talking with the coaching staff, they hope to get him the ball more tonight.
Stallworth did an excellent job of shedding the blocker to help out defensively. They had manpower out in front of Hopkins that time. Deep setup by the running back behind Peace. It is Harris.
Good job.
And all over him was Yepi Pau, number 57. Another one of those products of San Jose State who hooked up with Jack Elway, who coached there before moving to Stanford.
Yepi Pau did a real nice job of penetrating. He read the play, he read it, he waited to see if it was run or pass, he recognized run, and then he took off and went in and met him in the backfield.
His kind of game when the running back comes slashing right after him.
I think he'd pay him to run every snap. He really would. He likes that kind of battle.
Right on the tip.
Kenny Bell, number 41, now the running back for the Fire.
Oh,
incomplete. Mobley, number 83, was the receiver, and Stallworth defending him.
This kind of pattern, you're hoping to get man-to-man and then pick the tight coverage, but they didn't get it. They dropped off in zone. Again, they did a nice job of changing up. Then the receiver, Mobley, just drops this one. He's got to make that catch. That's too simple to drop that one. No excuse.
Leaving Birmingham with a 3rd and 13 after that drop ball. There is Stallworth, part of this very talented Galaxy defensive unit. And Mobley will hook up again on the outside. From the shotgun, pressure from the backside, and Peace goes down at the 45 as Mike Teeter, number 76, the nose man, came barreling through.
Well, you know, Mike Teeter can run a 4.6 40, and he demonstrated at that time he was a fullback and tight end in high school, and you'll see him coming off the nose. Here he is, 76 to the left-hand side of your screen, chasing right at the top, and he dives in and makes the play. He can run 4.6, Brent.
Maggio set up the punt again for Birmingham. Johnson back deep to return. Maggio standing at the Birmingham 31, hits it at the 35. Johnson from the 14-yard line, and well defended. Dropped immediately by Chad Thorson. Number 55, the linebacker. All over him. A 42-yard punt with no return.
The battle for the playoffs heats up. Montreal brings its machine into Texas for a shootout with San Antonio. It's the World League next Sunday on ABC Sports.
Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports, Derby winner Strike the Gold tries to capture the second jewel of the Chrysler Triple Crown Challenge. The Preakness Stakes, and live coverage begins at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 Pacific, right here on ABC. World League action coming your way. The Frankfurt Galaxy in their white jerseys today, coming out with a 1st and 10 from their own 15 against the Birmingham Fire. A field goal apiece. It has been a defensive game. Maurice Oliver, number 59, doing it again, and down we go to Mark Jones. Mark?
Fellas, I'm with Andreas Matzkus, a wide receiver, now with Willie Boyer out of the game. Andreas, you had to round up a few tickets for some of your friends. You're from nearby Düsseldorf.
Right, my parents come to the game, my friends, some teammates from my home team, and I got my friends about 50 tickets.
That's quite a few. Tell me, you got to be hoping that the coach will call a play for you to catch a ball.
Right, I hope I get one ball today and I catch it. It's my aim today. In Germany, I catch a ball. I have a good feeling in Germany. It's very nice people here, and I enjoy it.
Okay, thanks for joining us. Good luck.
Andreas, we agree.
We agree.
Very nice people here. Hey, I got to tell you something, Coach.
Yeah.
This beer is fabulous, isn't it?
I have to agree with you.
Wow. I got you off that French wine.
Yeah, I know it.
3rd down and 15. The meaning of the World League is when you see these youngsters from the home country start to break into the lineups. Perez drops it off to Fortune, and on a 3rd and 15, Fortune gets the 1st down for Frankfurt. play over the middle to Fortune from Mike Perez.
If you take a look from the end zone again, the tight end to the left side of your screen, number 81, he is not going to release right away. See him sit and hold, 81 to the left. Now he's releasing underneath the zone. The linebackers have all dropped out of there. Then he's running up there. The linebackers were really deep. So is the secondary. First down.
Frankfurt coming out from its own 27-yard line, throwing complete to the 35-yard line, and Cedric Gordon, number 88.
You know, if they just keep working to the tight end against that zone and run the check downs and also check the back out of there, they'll move the ball efficiently. They just don't give you the big one downfield.
Second down. 4 yards to go for the first down.
Good pass rush.
Swarmed all over that time by Pelham McDaniels, number 77.
That was a good pass rush from the Oregon State pass rusher. 1.5 sacks coming into the ball game. He doesn't get many sacks, but he does get consistent pressure. Sometimes that's every bit as important, because if you sack the guy, he can't throw it. If you pressure him and you force the bad throw, chances for interception go up.
You saw McDaniel start off the field, but they want him in this defensive unit right now. 3rd and 7. Obvious passing situation, and their feeling is that McDaniels can get some heat on the quarterback. He'll line up here at the bottom of that defensive line, angling in number 77, taking on a running back. Got it, Perez, a little late, and it's intercepted. Picked off by John Holland, number 21. There was pressure coming, and McDaniels was getting close to Perez. Take a look at it.
That was beautiful man-to-man coverage. To play him that tight, he had to know that he was going to be backed up by a safety. See, he's playing him tight man-to-man. He knows he has help deep, so he can just go ahead and crowd him. He read him properly. Technique perfect. Interception.
John Holland from Cal Sacramento with the interception. Here in Frankfurt, it's been a very frustrating offensive performance by the Birmingham Fire. Twice in the first half, they were inside the 20 with 1st and 10, and both times they came up scoreless. Once fumbling, the other one was a blocked field goal. So now Brent Peace will try it again, this time from Frankfurt's 35-yard line after Perez threw his 2nd interception of the game. And he hits a completion on 1st and 10, and there is Andreas Matzkes. And cheer goes up by the German fans, realizing that one of the Operation Discovery players has made a reception here.
That's his 2nd reception of the year. He caught a 28-yarder earlier before getting injured. See, and he just a little hook. He should keep coming back from the ball, but the defender slipped. Cedric Stallworth slipped as well. But you should keep coming back for that football. He's got to really be excited about catching that pass here at home.
9-yard gain for Matzkes. Gives Birmingham a 2nd and 1, and Bell for the first down into the arms of Mike Teeter.
Brent, as tight as they're playing those outside receivers, they've got to go a little out and up on them, or a little jab and go to the post on the safety. They can get those slant patterns in there.
Having lost Willie Boyer, it's a big loss for this offense. Stacy Mobley has dropped a pass, and they have been rather predictable here. Dick, you would think in this situation that they'd try to come up with a couple of ambush plays here.
Well, I tell you, right now is the best time to throw is on 1st down against these guys. You wait too long, they're in your backfield.
And they're going to wait.
See the 2nd one. That's a tough call now, see.
Now it's 2nd and long, and they're going to force Peace to put it up as Kevin Woolfolk, number 50, along with 55, Pat Moore, storm in.
You can see coming from the end zone, there was just no place to run. Left side of your screen, good penetration. Number 55, Pat Moore, works inside out. Now watch him move inside out, just like a linebacker auto. Good combination linebacker play between Woolfolk, number 50, and Pat Moore, 55, just as they're coached to play.
Forcing a 2nd and 12. Peace drops back into the shotgun formation. Under pressure, and a penalty flag comes down. And again, it was the defense. Dick, every time he drops back in that shotgun, they just send somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's an automatic blitz situation for Gilbert against the shotgun.
Well, even if they're not blitzing, the defensive linemen are getting good penetration. Then they get their hands up, they're batting the balls down. And they're taking away throwing lanes downfield. He can't find a place to throw cleanly.
How about a screen pass?
Well, I still, of course, in this situation now, the defense will probably back off and go zone with it. 3rd and real long. Let's see what they've got called. Screens are good against man-to-man if you can locate the man that's assigned to cover this guy you're screening to and you block him. Otherwise, they'll defense it, just cover it.
So the ball is brought back to the 31-yard line. So it is 2nd down and 17 for Birmingham.
They're coming after
They come every time. Collision. Mobley puts it on the ground, and the Galaxy gets in on him. Hendricks, number 78, leading the charge defensively. This is like stealing.
They were trying to run a sweep. Now, you see Mobley, 83, they were trying to run a sweep play to him, and Mobley, he ran right into him. And I watched him run that play about 5 times in the last 2 days on the practice field. He never ran into him once.
A little bit different at practice speed than in a game.
Maybe he took off his contact lenses.
Now it's 3rd and 25 for Birmingham.
Pressure.
Teeter was on him.
And
Birmingham must punt.
Yappy Powell, number 57, was on him man-to-man. They went to throw the screen to him. He's got him all the way. In fact, he actually tackled him before the ball got there.
That's called pass interference.
In my leg it is. Trying to screen to the running back. Yappy Powell, the linebacker, he gets the ball out where he wants it. Now you'll see that the linebacker's already got the receiver down on the ground.
Well, it would have been a 15-yard penalty because that's the rule in the World League, and that would not have given him a 1st down. Maggio trying to knock one down, and he does this time. Beautiful punt. Down on the 2-yard line. Dangerous field position for Mike Perez and the Frankfurt Galaxy. Birmingham 3 and Frankfurt 3. Football meets rock and roll in Frankfurt, Germany. And next week, we'll take you down to Texas, San Antonio. The Riders will battle it out against the Montreal Machine. San Antonio still in a battle with Birmingham for a spot in the playoffs, and coverage begins next Sunday, a special time, 12:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 Central down in San Antonio, and Pacific Time on ABC. Here it is, Mike Perez and the Galaxy coming out from their own goal line. They throw on 1st down and hit Johnson all alone. Johnson running to midfield and down at the 50.
Again, they went double zone that time, and the safety blew it and didn't rotate over. The corner rotated up. Now see, watch Holland 21. He just rotates and chugs him, expecting the safety to pick him up. He doesn't pick him up. Now here comes the receiver just taking off. That should never happen, but it does in football.
47-yard gain for Johnson. Perez back over to the middle, and this one is incomplete, intended for Bartello.
Take another look at that Jason Johnson's play. He had a nice throwing there. A lot of times, good throwing lane, no one between him and the receiver. There he is. See, nobody coming around until late. There's Miller right there. Somebody made a mistake. Either the corner rolled up when he shouldn't have, or the safety didn't come over as he was supposed to. One or the other.
First down on that play, and now it's 2nd and 10. This drive began from the 2-yard line, and Perez, who was a good runner against Orlando and well defended by Birmingham. Maurice Oliver, 59, who was back on pass coverage, comes up on run support this time. He's a fine-looking linebacker, although a little too aggressive apparently that time. A flag came down on Big Maurice.
Foul, unnecessary roughness, number 59 defense, 15 yards, 1st down.
I didn't read it the same way the officials read it. Let's see, he slips down right there. I don't know. I guess he'd call him for twisting the neck. I don't know. This is football. Contact is allowed, isn't it?
1st and 10 for Frankfurt at the Birmingham 35. The Fire and the Galaxy tied at a field goal apiece. Birmingham kicking theirs first, and then Frankfurt answered at the closing moments of the 1st half. High and almost intercepted on the far side by Arthur Hunter.
That's bad decision, Brent, by Perez. They're rolling up in that double zone, going too deep, and then rolling those people underneath. When the receiver breaks to the outside, he's throwing it right to the rolled up receiver. Not good reading. Now watch to the right of your screen. He'll throw it out there. There'll be a defender just sitting outside as well. Whew, dangerous throw.
2nd down and 10 for the Galaxy. Mike Perez dropping straight back. Gets good protection, good coverage, but it's complete to the 30-yard line, and Alvin Lee. And another penalty flag comes down late.
Might have had a face mask there.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 53 defense, 15 yards, first down.
That's Paul McGowan, number 53, and that's the 2nd personal foul against this defense on this drive.
That's 30 yards they've given him. It's easy to move the ball when they're helping you. McGowan right in the middle, number 53. He's spinning loose. Yeah, he comes down there. Yeah, it's close.
He might have speared him.
Yeah.
Possible, and it was probably accidental by McGowan. From the 15, Perez will throw it to the back of the end zone and incomplete. The wide receiver Johnson was covered very well by Holland, and he threw it out of the end zone, not wanting to risk an interception down there in the corner. 28,127 here at Waldstadion in Frankfurt, and they are hooping and hollering now.
It does sound like there's more than 28,000 here.
Perez drops it off to Baker. Baker with an alley. First down at the 4-yard line. Tony Baker alertly getting the first down before he steps out of bounds.
What happened there, they decided to go man-to-man coverage on the 2 outside receivers to the right side of your screen. They ran off the defenders, the 3rd guy out to the weak side. Here he is, not picked up immediately. Nobody there because they had been run out of there by the defense.
Now it will be 1st and goal for Perez and the Galaxy. Baker, the running back. He'll get the call, slashes back to the middle, and made his way perhaps to the 2-yard line.
Here's where
John
the Galaxy...
Miller and Maurice Oliver coming up defensively.
Here's where the Galaxies have problems. This is where they didn't do a very good job last week of inside that 5- and 10-yard line. They just couldn't punch it in there.
Johnson and Gordon are the wide receivers. 2 tight ends. It'll be Baker again to the end zone. The touchdown maker strikes again.
Direct slant to the left, and he cuts back behind the center's block. Now watch him cut back right in there. The nose got off to the one side. He penetrated. He got back to the other side, got in and found the crease what he needed.
A 98-yard drive, giving Frankfurt its first lead of the evening here in Germany. Wellahan adds the extra point. And a 10-3 Frankfurt lead. Jack Elway and the Galaxy needing one here to stay hot on the heels of Barcelona, whom they play in Spain next week.
Strike the goal tries to strike it rich in his next test. The Preakness Stakes, live Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
The kickoff by Frankfurt is fielded at the 4-yard line by Henry. Henry cuts back to the right side, and he has an opening at the 35, the 40. Out at the 47-yard line of Frankfurt.
Boy, James Henry is earning his pay today. Here he is now. He takes the ball deep, and see what he does intelligently is start upfield, draws and constricts the coverage, then finds that lane outside. Doesn't need much blocking out here. He has the speed to get outside the linebacker coming inside out on him.
Birmingham with favorable field position again, trailing now by a touchdown. Harris is the running back. Brent Peace is the quarterback. He was out for one series in the first half when Eric Jones replaced him. Two tight ends, two wide receivers. Off a fake, Peace will throw to the far side and incomplete. Let's go downstairs to Mark Jones.
I am with the touchdown maker, Tony Baker. Tony, last week 173 yards receiving. This game, it's been kind of tough sledding so far.
Yeah, it really is pretty tough. As of right now, they probably got 2 to 3 guys keying on me. And this is far most the best defense we have faced all year as far as the running game.
Where do you see yourselves going in the second half? Getting the ball to you maybe a little more out of the backfield?
Hopefully, but as of right now, we're going to try to go with the 2-minute offense and try to throw them out of their rhythm. And then we're going to hit the quick passes and maybe a few sweeps and try to get outside.
Tony Baker, maybe the most recognized of the Galaxy players, fellas.
Mark, thank you. It is 2nd and 10 for the Birmingham team. And it is complete to Anthony Newsome, number 29, a newcomer. A very impressive scoring drive, 98 yards. Baker with the touchdown, but it was that first down pass to Johnson that set it up.
Yeah, with the in breaking coverage, but then the 2 15-yard penalties didn't hurt. That's, you know, that makes it easier.
47-yard pass, 30 yards in penalties on the 2 personal fouls. Now it is 3rd down and 5 for Birmingham, trailing by 7 points, 10-3, and the time running out on the 3rd quarter here in Germany.
Offsides.
Frankfurt may have been offside, may have given them the first down. Let's see if the right defensive end didn't come across that line a little too quickly that time.
Sure looked like it from here. You're not set up on the 50-yard line.
Defense, number 54.
You see it up on the top of your screen. Just gets a little bit excited.
So the 2 tight ends come back into the game on 1st and 10 as the final seconds tick down on the 3rd quarter. Avery and Bell are the 2 running backs. Mobley and Matskis are the wide receivers. They'll go for Bell, and Bell stretches for about 6 yards on that play to the Galaxy 30-yard line. And we'll return with ABC's World League of American Football after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
When Southern New England needs the story first, they turn to Action News 8.
Turned out to be a packet containing hypodermic needles that pierce the skin of the troopers.
Because the Mayflower Madam wanted to speak to Action News first.
It's a really sexist thing.
Because Action News got the word first.
The Speaker of the House is apparently going to tell his caucus that he is in favor of an income tax.
For the complete story, tonight, turn to Action News first.
Does your home inspector know a good investment from a little House of Horrors Monday at 11?
Everybody loves the Galaxy here in Frankfurt, Germany, as we get ready now to start the 4th quarter. Lassie, eat your heart out.
I think that's a referee.
You coaches never forgive those referees.
Oh, yeah, I'm not mad at him anymore.
Birmingham to start the 4th quarter with a 2nd down and 3, trailing by a touchdown. Mobley coming in motion on the end around. Mobley trying to swing around this defense, has the first down and makes his way to the Galaxy 21-yard line before Mark Seals can tackle him.
See, that play is handed off deep enough. If there is penetration inside, you see him coming in motion. Now he's going to fake it to the right. See, both linemen pulling. Now he gets out there. He hopes to get real good pursuit. He got outside the main defender on that side, and then he waits for the pursuit to come in and make the play. Good call at that time. Again, getting the ball on something like that deeper is a lot safer.
The kind of play that would work against a very aggressive defense. A gain of 8 yards. The Galaxy lining up and coming on almost every play. nothing doing there, and Seals did a great job defensively on Hopkins.
Yeah, that was really a good job. Now, he's a safety, so that tells you they were just locked up man-to-man, because that was that same tight end type delay pattern that they'd run efficiently earlier in the ball game.
We get word from the sideline that that dog helped entertain the crowd in Spain last night. Now there is a World League fan.
That guy really likes the game, doesn't he?
We expect to see that hound
Either
at
that or the
Wembley.
beer. He likes the beer here. That's what he really likes.
They're blitzing. They've got him. Seals all over Peace. Took him down at the 29-yard line.
See, they're not handling the blitz, and I asked Peace the other day on the field if they were doing any side adjusting, and he said he felt that all things were handled within the scheme, within the call, and they didn't have to side adjust. That time with that safety, there's just one more guy rushing, and they have the block. He's got to unload it.
3rd and 16 for Birmingham. They'll have the ball at the Frankfurt 29-yard line. They must get inside the 12 for a first down.
They got 12 guys in the field right now. Oh, now they got... They had to call it. They just got them lined up wrong.
Timeout, Birmingham. Frankfurt with a 7-point lead. We'll be right back. From Spain to Germany. You should see that dog's paws. Actually, that dog got frequent flyer miles coming up here. That's one of the things about the World League. As a bonus for the players, they keep all their Delta frequent flyer miles going back and forth over to the United States.
You know, the other thing, there is no speed limit on the Autobahn.
You notice. Now it is 3rd down. Peace expects him to come.
They're only rushing 4.
And he gets time as a result, and then he gets hit on the release, incomplete at the 10-yard line. That would have been a first down pass to Mark Hopkins, and he was hit as he released.
Lee Jones hit him just as he threw the ball, and the defender covering the receiver downfield had fallen down. If he could have gotten it to him, it would have been a big one. Of course, that's the story of the whole game. Now, you'll see here, he sits in there, nice, good poise, and then right there he takes a shot in the mouth, and the receiver can't get to it. That's Hopkins, number 87. Peace really takes a shot here. This is the price you pay for being a quarterback.
So
wham! Oh, it doesn't. That's not too bad.
Timeout has to be called. They did not get the field goal team on the field quickly enough. So Birmingham uses its second timeout, and Lyle will set up to attempt a 46-yard field goal here. And Dick, these are the numbers.
3rd quarter, you can see Galaxy really still just dominating, and right now Birmingham has had a nice drive going, but 233 total yards to 65. You probably ought to be ahead a little bit more than 10-7.
These are the toughest road trips in the history of football. No team from North America has been able to come into Europe and win a football game. A couple of reasons. Not only the trips, the jet lag, but the football teams over here are pretty good defensively, all 3 of them. Frankfurt, London, and Barcelona. Next week, Frankfurt goes down to Barcelona. Then on the final week of the season, Barcelona will be in London. And here is Win Lyle. He has the only points on the board for Birmingham here tonight.
His longest one of the year is
high snap, and that won't make it. It'll be Frankfurt's ball, leading 10-3.
That was a high snap. Plus, he hasn't hit one longer than 36 yards coming in. But that high snap, see, like that throws your rhythm off, and it's tough. Even the man putting the ball down has a hard time there.
The Galaxy defense holds again. Waldstadion in Frankfurt, Germany. With Dick Vermeil and Mark Jones, I'm Brent Musburger. I hope you're enjoying this World League action as much as these young fans from Germany are. And Dick, just wait until they get a team that can put some points on the board.
They would go crazy, wouldn't they?
What do you think? It's a novelty or it's a permanent success story?
There must be a law against scoring.
First down and 10 for the Galaxy. Perez and another fumble on the exchange.
Now, you know, I worked with an old-time football coach named Sid Gilman, and he used to just have a heart attack on the practice field if that ever happened. He said, no excuse for a quarterback-center exchange. No excuse. Here it is, right there in the middle of your screen. It looks like Mike Perez was pulling out just a little bit early. Now, if you're the quarterback coach, you might say it was the center's fault, but it appeared that Mike was coming out a little early.
Perez regains control. 2nd and 10 for the Galaxy.
He's going to run.
Receivers covered. He takes off to the left. He got the first down. Woo! Makes his way to the 44-yard line, and Jason Johnson blocking the way. So this gives you an idea of that European dominance that we were speaking about. 20-3 overall, 19-2 against North America, and here in Europe, 10-0, and just a few minutes away from making it 11-0. Movement down in that line. Penalty flags come down.
See, they went with no huddle that time. They're trying to break the rhythm of the defense.
Illegal motion. Offense.
They whistle here, see?
Illegal motion is declined. 2nd down.
So instead of booing, you can hear the whistle whenever you come to a sporting event in Europe.
They took the 2nd and 10 rather than the 1st and 15.
Perez with the Galaxy at the line. And a 7-point lead. And again, his receiver is covered, and finally breaking free is number 86, Craig Morton. Now we go to Mark Jones.
My card, gentlemen, or actually not my card, it is David Diaz-Infante's card. Something a little different in terms of marketing of football here in Europe. Each of the Frankfurt Galaxy players were given a packet of about 200 business cards to pass around and spread around the word about the Frankfurt Galaxy in Europe. And who knows, they might come out with World League cards with some bubble gum in the future. Who knows? I want the concession on that one.
Well, Mark Baker gave you what the drill was going to be. They were going to go to their 2-minute offense, and they are doing just that indeed. Baker was the ball carrier. He gets down to the 30-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 4. And the Frankfurt Galaxy working the hurry-up offense. This keeps Birmingham from substituting, and it changes the tempo of this football game. Leading 10-3, and Baker, the ball carrier, winds up in the arms of Hunter.
That time, Gene Smith, the defensive coordinator for Birmingham, comes with a safety blitz. Brought Art Hunter off the corner. That's a real change-up because they play zone the biggest percentage of the time. And when they change up with that blitz, it usually effective.
Perez repositioning Morton, who thought he was going to leave the field. Gordon also out to the right. Johnson and Bartello are the wide receivers to the left. And Perez throws and caught at the 11-yard line by Morton.
Wow. Boy, he threaded that one between 2 defenders, and was very good concentration by Craig Morton to catch that ball, because the defender flashed right across in front of him as he catches this ball to the left-hand corner of your screen. See that right there? Real good concentration to catch that football, young man. Nice job.
Perez with a 1st and 10 for the Galaxy. Throws into the end zone and intercepted, incomplete, and dropped.
Boy,
probably should have been caught back there by Miller.
That's a dumb throw. That's just not a, you know, Mike Perez has too much experience to throw that ball like that. Falling backward, you just throw it up. Yeah, it's a Hail Mary, you know. That's not a good job. If you're going to eliminate the sack, you throw it all the way out the back of the end zone.
Now it's a 2nd down and 10. Ball is at the Birmingham 12-yard line.
Looks like they're going to come after him, Brent.
And they move Baker up to pick up the blitzer. Then they throw the fade to the corner, and good defense. Great defensive play by Holland. John R. Holland, number 21, was all over Jason Johnson, 85.
He was lined up, bump and run. He was going to set quick and throw the ball just over the outside. Now see him going to set quick, 1-2, let it go. Lay it up, throw it up high over the outside shoulder, right where it has to be, but real good defense. Nice job by John Holland. Cal State, Sacramento.
Lee and Johnson go to the left, and again they move Baker up in that blocking position. Les on third down. Receivers covered, takes off, and makes it to the 10-yard line. This will be a field goal time for the Galaxy.
Well, you have to give Birmingham defense credit. They have done a good job in these situations. They force them to the field goal.
Dick, how about a fake field goal right here?
I don't think they will. I think they'll just go ahead and kick it. At least I would.
Well ahead.
This is a chip shot. You should make it.
And he missed it. He missed a 27-yarder.
They had been using Maslow as the field goal kicker part of the time coming in this ball game. Actually have 8 attempts and made 5. And coming in, Tom had only gone 3 for 3. They switched it around. It appeared to be a good placement. He just hooked it. That's not much different than a PAT. Let's see if we get a good center snap. Yeah, nice. Couldn't be any better. Good one. He just shanked it over there with his 9-iron. He just pulling it over there. It's all right, Jack. You came over here just to have a lot of fun, Jack. That's what you said. You weren't going to work hard. He's been staying up to 2 o'clock in the morning.
The life of a coach. Now Birmingham with the ball.
Boy, that was
trailing
critical.
10-3. They flash the pass to Bell. And Bell gets to the 23-yard line on a 1st and 10 for Birmingham. All right, Dick, what can the Fire do now strategically to move the ball against this very aggressive Frankfurt defense?
Well, they played the whole ball game and haven't moved it yet. So I still believe they've got to use some double moves on the outside receivers and lay it up and push them off, because they get single coverage 90% of the time. It's not a guess. I mean, you know what they're doing. Just set up and let it go.
Frankfurt well named the Cardiac Kids. Nothing comes easy for this team. They have left Birmingham in it here in the 4th quarter. From the shotgun, Brent Peace operating. A 4-man rush. Drops it off to Bell again. And he beats the first tackler to get the first down. Good run that time, as Pau was coming up defensively, and Bell beat him on that side before Seals could make the stop, but it's a first down for Birmingham. Now 3 defensive substitutions for the Galaxy.
They come back in with their linebacker core.
They do not throw at Finch over here on the right corner. 3 wide receivers off to Peace's right. He'll come back to the underneath man, and Newsom is thrown down by Finch. And that's why they don't throw at him very often.
He comes right out of the slot. They just pop it to him quick. See, he's up there. Here comes a little crossing pattern all the way. These sometimes take a little time to throw. He had plenty of time to throw it. If he breaks this one, he has some running room, because they were playing man-to-man back behind it. It's a way to grab him with that one hand.
2nd down and 5 for Birmingham. Brody shows blitz on the right side. Doesn't go, but the rest do. Throws complete to Newsom underneath, but short of the first down. Stalwart 27 there defensively.
They brought Yeppy Powell, number 57, up inside. The running back steps up in there nicely and picks him up. Doesn't do a great job, but it does do give him enough time to throw it. Kenny Bell's got to block him up underneath the chin and not drop his helmet like he did that time.
3rd and 2 for Birmingham.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom, he said. You hear that?
It's Bell trying to get the first down. Let's see where they spot this. This is going to be very close. But in this situation, they may go for it on 4th down. They're calling it 4th down at 4:24.
I think
they send a
go
power
for it.
Formation in. Harris.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
Comes into the game.
4 minutes, 15 seconds.
It's a 10-3 football game. The Frankfurt Galaxy in the white, leading the Birmingham Fire. Birmingham in 1st in the North American West. Harris spins free for the first down.
Flag. Yeah, they threw a flag.
Illegal substitution, 12 men participating for the defense, 5 yards, first down.
Geez, it works most of the time.
No wonder
Didn't help this time, they still made it.
And the chains will move to the 45-yard line. We have 3 minutes and 50-some seconds remaining in regulation.
They might be absolutely shocked if they all of a sudden went deep with a little wrinkle move on those corners.
Using the shotgun, faking the inside handoff, and they drop it off to Bell, and Bell is becoming the workhorse in this series. He is down at the 49-yard line.
That was a little pattern designed to really screw up the man-to-man coverage, and the defense went zone. I wonder if they're listening into the other helmet there.
2nd down and 7. Penalty marker comes flying as Peace goes down to far sideline, and he's got him. Mobley is out of bounds, but it may be called back. He makes his way to the Galaxy 14-yard line, and let's see what the call is. They're going to bring it back. It's coming back.
Illegal motion, number 79 offense, 5 yards, repeat 2nd down.
Woo. That nullifies a 37-yard gain. Peace to Mobley.
R.C. Mullen from Southwest Louisiana. Big offensive left tackle at 315 pounds. Let's see if he moves a little early. Oh, he did. He definitely moved a little early. Sometimes when they look out there as a big tackle and you see they're using a pass rushing linebacker, you start worrying about his quickness a little too soon and you move early. But hey, he went deep and hit him right on the money. Guy that big, you can see him move, right?
2nd down and a very long 11 for Birmingham. 4-man rush. Peace with time. Incomplete. Stallworth with the coverage of Newsome in front that time.
You know, it's amazing, Brent. You made the call that Peace with time. Galaxy just keeps coming. You know, it looks like he has time, and those defensive linemen just keep working those feet, and he ends up throwing the ball, and he ends up getting knocked down. And he had time. Good relentless rush by Williams, number 96. He has nice cushion back there, plenty of time. He's letting it develop. Now, wham! Good job by Williams, Chris Williams, number 96.
Now the big 3rd down for Peace in Birmingham. And again against the 4-man rush. Cannot get it off. Gets away, but far short of the 1st down. Out of bounds, and the Galaxy defense does the job again.
The other thing, Brent, the receivers quit on the scramble. The receivers, when the quarterback scramble like that, got to run with him. They've got to turn and break with him. They didn't. He had no one to throw to. Now watch him duck under. Now he's going to scramble out to the right. Now all routes are off. Now the receivers should come with him. See, there's no one in the grass. The receivers aren't coming with him. No one's trying to run. He has no one to throw to down there.
Maggio back in punt formation, standing at the Birmingham 27.
They do have a fake punt in their game plan. Not using it now. Ooh, that's a low one.
Johnson wisely let that one roll by him. He almost put a hand down there, and it's down at the 5-yard line with 2 minutes and 47 seconds. A 53-yard punt from Maggio.
The battle for the playoffs heats up. Montreal brings its machine into Texas for a shootout with San Antonio. It's the World League next Sunday on ABC Sports.
There's a lot of speed headed your way on ABC. As soon as we finish here in Germany, we'll send you to the Brickyard, Indianapolis, where they will continue the time trials. Then following that, same-day coverage of the Grand Prix of Monaco, all coming up on ABC. Here we have 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in regulation. Frankfurt will try to work against the clock, leading Birmingham by 7 points. And timeout is quickly called as Birmingham wants one last shot if they can get it. That's their last timeout, and they use it after 1st down.
Where are we at, Tony?
So Elway asking upstairs in the booth where the ball is.
3.5 yards.
And a reminder that tonight Enter a world of sex and scandal, money and murder with the world premiere of an ABC miniseries, An Inconvenient Woman. Jason Robards, Peter Gallagher, and Rebecca De Mornay star tonight at 9, 8 Central on ABC.
What's the rating on that show?
Should be very good if you got your VCR rolling. We'll make sure that Carol watches. By the way, Carol Vermeil and Arlene Musburger, happy Mother's Day.
Able to run?
And also to your mother out on the West Coast, to my mother watching in Montana.
And all mothers.
All
I had
mothers,
about
exactly.
I bet you 6 or 7 different football players come up to me and say, "Hey, Coach, will you say hello and happy Mother's Day to my mom?"
So Frankfurt comes up to the line of scrimmage here with 2nd down. Birmingham out of timeouts. Big defensive play here. Baker will get the call. Did not get the 1st down. The ball is going to be spotted at about the 12-yard line, where it will be 3rd down now for the Galaxy.
This is when you're not a real good running team. You really wish you could run. They came into the ball game only averaging 85 yards a game running, which was 7th in the World League. Right now, you wish you were averaging 150 and can just pound it out. With the size of Hackamack over there, number 75 at 6'9", 310 pounds, you ought to run over there. Look at the size of that guy. We came out the tunnel, come on the football field, and I promise you, Brent, he would have had to bend over walking out that tunnel. He wouldn't have been able to walk under there.
The field tilts. He walks over there. We hit the 2-minute warning, and we'll be right back in Germany.
An elite field plus a tough course equals a great event. Join Jack Nicklaus for the Memorial Tournament sponsored by Dean Witter. Coverage begins Saturday on ABC Sports.
A big 3rd and 3 for Frankfurt, and the crowd continues to rock away here in Frankfurt.
They're going to run the counter play over to the left, Brent.
You think that'll get it, Dick?
I'm not optimistic that it will, but and neither is Jack Elway. After he called it, they were walking on the field. He says, I'm not sure that'll get it.
Here is Baker.
He gets it outside.
He's got the corner. First down.
Oh. As he said that, we were listening there during commercial. I can remember so many times myself, I'd call a play and it's on this way out the field, and I'm saying, what a dumb call. What'd I call that for? And it works. Then I say, geez, that's a great call.
They're going to put the ball down for a measurement. I thought sure he stepped beyond.
Oh, yeah, he did from here.
Oh, yeah. There was no question.
Yeah, he did. Here he goes. See, it was a counter play. Look at big Hackamack, number 75, wheeling around there. There's where the mark. Oh, yeah, he made it. He knew right. He's a smart football player. He was the guy that did a good job of getting out of bounds there before the half. He's the guy, see, he knew where he was putting his foot.
Now, barring a horrendous mistake, the Galaxy should be able to close the door. Harry Jackson, number 45, gets the call up the middle. And the North American teams are about to go to 0-11 in Europe. How about that stat?
We ought to do a study in between our next game over here, if we do come back over, just to find out how many times or how many points have been scored over here by the opponent coming into Europe. Not many.
I'm sure you'll get that before you get off the air. 2nd down and 4. Birmingham hoping that they can get a Dick Vermeil miracle out of Meadowlands, a reverse pivot by a quarterback here.
What do you mean? I coached that play. I coached it all the way. Passarzi?
You liked it so much you signed him as a backup quarterback one day.
He did a good job. I owed him something.
1st and 10 for the Galaxy. They'll run their record to 6-2 unless they put it on the ground here.
You've got to come after him with blitz and try to get into the backfield and shake the ball loose.
Baker pounds to the 32-yard line. And the seconds begin to come down. Frankfurt with a game next week in Barcelona that has huge playoff implications. The wild card team will come out of the European division. London already has wrapped up at least a wild card spot in the playoffs.
Now they're going to flop on. And
They
dropped the
fumble a
snap.
snap. They fumble a snap, and Birmingham gets down.
He fumbled a snap.
They fumble a snap. Remember, Birmingham is out of timeouts. Don't forget that. The officials have got to stop it. I can't believe what we just saw here in Germany. Give me a break.
I get the offense on the field anyway. Get him on the field and ready to go.
They should run him out there.
Yeah, here they're getting close. Yeah, he's calling for him. Get him out there.
They've got to run him out there. They've got it. They've got it now.
Clock
Do they
is
have the
stopped
right
now.
seconds left on the clock?
11 seconds.
McGowan appeared to recover the ball.
Here it is. Oh my gosh, I mean, you'd have to say that's on the quarterback.
So here we come, another cardiac finish.
You know, the funny thing is the center, David Diaz-Infante, was Perez's center in college as well. So they've been working together for a long time.
Peace will use the shotgun. Birmingham's out of timeouts. They'll have to throw to the sideline. They need a touchdown to put themselves in position to tie it or go for the two-point conversion and win it. They're going to put 2 seconds back on the clock. The ball is at the Galaxy 31. I can't believe what we've just seen. The ball.
You called for it. You said you wanted the miracle of Meadowlands.
So instead I got the miracle of the Volstadian.
They're coming
now
after
Peace under pressure, throwing over the middle and incomplete. Clock stops with 7 seconds. They get another shot.
Dick, what?
There was a man wide open in the middle.
They blitzed him, had everybody man to man. He beat the coverage. Woo! That's a guts call on defense. They're going to sack him and not let him throw it. You can see they're bringing people. Here he throws it. Look at, there was right open. He just threw it over the top of Hopkins, number 87.
Mobley, Newsom, Motchkis, and Hopkins. Now on second down for Birmingham. Trying to get in the end zone. Peace slips, steps up, throws to the end zone, incomplete.
That's it.
Frankfurt holds on.
Take of that. This last play, they went too deep in the backfield. They're crowding the receivers up in the short zones, crowding. He steps up inside the, he's almost in the grass there, which they don't have in the world. He's trying to go down the hole. He goes over the deep, over the top of him. Last play of the game. You might as well throw it. No such thing as being sacked on the last play of the game. Steps up in, good poise, throws it down the hole, trying to get it to Hopkins, too deep.
Our winning coach is Jack Elway, and the sparklers are lit as the Galaxy wins another one. Let's go downstairs to Mark Jones. Mark.
Jack, you improved your record to 6-2 with the victory, but still in third place. This one wasn't pretty, but you got it done.
Well, none of them seem to be pretty. We finally got a little offense going, and consistently the defense has been coming up with the big plays, and we're just looking forward to a time when we put it all together, and now we've got an opportunity to do that against Barcelona. Just too many turnovers, and had an opportunity to put it away with a field goal, and we had been very successful with field goals up till tonight.
What do you do about your field goal kicking from this point on? I mean, it's going to be that much more crucial with the Barcelona game coming up. You've got Whalehan, who had a tough time today. Maybe Maslow in the future?
Well, that's open, and we're going to certainly look at film and consider that option again. Whalehan has done well, but those were tough misses tonight.
Good luck next week against Barcelona, Coach.
I didn't hear you.
I said good luck next week, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay, back upstairs to Brent and Dick.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Well, we want to check in right now with the Indianapolis Speedway, so let's send you to Paul Page now. Paul, what's going on?